How to connect and configure mobile device accessories. Let's start out with connecting wired accessories. When you connect your wired accessories, it's important to locate the appropriate cable and port for the mobile device that you have. Some of the various ports and cables that you have, well, we have some right here to show you. You could have the older 30-pin dock connector for your iOS devices. You could see today, which is more common, the 8-pin lightning connector, as well as the micro USB connector, and more common with the newer Android devices is to see, well, the USB-C connector. Notice that a lot of these connectors will also be two different types of ports on each side. You'll see that you have Type A on one side of this cable. Notice that Type A on this cable as well, but on one side of it, it is also your 30-pin connector with a micro USB on the other side of this connector. Now, it's important to understand that some of the connectors for wired devices have actually gone kind of by the wayside. So, for instance, across the top of this iPhone here, we don't have the audio jack. So, if we want to maybe connect traditional wired devices, like, for instance, this headphone that has the older 1/8-inch TRS jack, well, we wouldn't be able to connect it to an audio jack that, well, doesn't exist. And that's one of the reasons something like this is very good to have. So not only is this a lightning connector on one side, but it's also your 3.5 millimeter or 1/8-inch TRS audio jack connector on the other side. And we just plug this in, and then we'll locate the appropriate port on the bottom of the mobile device. And if we'll go ahead and swipe up here, and we'll put in our super secret password here. And if I choose the down arrow or the down button, you'll notice that it now says, well, we have our headphone attached. Keep in mind, review the documentation for your device, because most of these devices, like I did here, can be connected without powering the device on or off. Now let's take a look at connecting, well, wireless mobile device accessories. It's important that when you are connecting wireless mobile device accessories, refer to your documentation so that you can ensure what kind of wireless communication method will be used. For instance, it could be Bluetooth, it could be NFC or near field communication, or it could be IR infrared. Now, it's also important that you read the manufacturer's documentation of the mobile device so that you can determine how to turn on the wireless communication method. Same thing goes with a wireless device accessory. You want to make sure that you review the documentation to ensure that you know how to get the device turned on, as well as how you will put it into what is known as a communication mode that we'll talk about here in a second. Let's go ahead and let's dive into how we connect these devices through the Bluetooth pairing process. When it comes to Bluetooth pairing, first thing that we're going to do is we've got a couple of devices here. I've got a little speaker bar and I've got my mobile device. I've got one of my Google Pixels here. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to pair these devices up through a Bluetooth connection. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reach over here to the little sound bar that we have, or speaker bar, and I'm going to go ahead and just turn that on. You can hear that sound. Now, in the manufacturer's documentations, it lets me know that a blinking light means that it is now ready to be paired up with a mobile device, further making sure that that connection happens. So the blinking light's what we want. We're going to go right here to our mobile device that we've got prepared, and we've got to turn on the Bluetooth wireless adapter here in the phone as well. So I'm going to go into Settings, and then we're going to go into Connected Devices, and you can see Bluetooth NFC. We've already determined that it isn't near field communication. It's actually going to be Bluetooth. And what we need to do is we need to pair a new device. Notice Bluetooth will turn on when we connect this, or click this, excuse me. And now what we're doing is we're waiting for the sound bar to show up in our little menu here. And notice that the Anchor sound core has shown up. Now, I'm going to go ahead and click this. I will tell you that in some mobile device accessories, when you enter this Bluetooth pairing communication, remember, you turn both devices on, you put them in a discoverable mode so we can find them like you see here. But then when you go into the pairing process, some devices require a security code, usually a 4-digit PIN that has to be implemented, either 4 zeros, just 0000, or even sometimes 1, 2, 3, 4. In this case, you're going to notice that we don't have to do anything for the speaker bar. Let's go ahead and pair the devices together. Now, what you heard in the background is that the speaker bar is actually connected. And if we take a look at the speaker bar now, you'll see that the light is no longer blinking. The light is actually a continuous steady light, and that lets me know that the device is paired up. And if we look in our cell phone or our mobile device, smartphone here, you'll notice that, yes, we are connected now, and that it is active, and that the battery, it even tells me that the battery's at 100%. So now it's just up to us to test the device out, and we could do this through the volume settings, as well as notice that the volume setting now has a little Bluetooth logo or icon next to it, and it lets me know that these devices are paired together, they're communicating, and now I can use this mobile device accessory.